All right, all right. Good morning and welcome back to our channel, Princess Seat. Today, the 3rd of November 2025 is going to be remembered as a day of joy, breakthrough, and fulfillment for everyone who has waited patiently through the storms. I want to believe, this wouldn't just be one of the dates on the calendar that you mark, but it's going to be the day, by God's grace, the day of the pioneer disbursement, the long-awaited day when what we have prayed for, what we have worked for, finally would come into manifestation. For years, a lot of faithful members of the grant community have stood in faith, holding on to promises that sometimes seemed like they were never going to come to pass, as if they were denied. We've had words of assurances, we've seen struggles of leadership, we've refused to give up, despite we have witnessed a lot of resiliences from different members. And now I think by the special grace of God, the season of waiting has finally come to an actual end, and the time of rejoicing should be here with us. Now, the pioneer disbursement is a divine tool. For us to just have a recap, is actually a divine tool set by God for transformation. It represents the beginning of a new phase in this our collective journey, and this fund is designed to actually empower individuals to revive communities and ignite development in various sectors. It's also meant to turn dreams into visible realities, to change your life and the life of all that are subscribers in this organ, to build legacies. So this fund is not for wasteful spending or personal luxury. It is for impact. It's for building of schools that's going to educate the next generation, for hospitals that's going to save lives, for farms that's going to feed families, for businesses that's going to employ others. So it's for visionaries who are ready to build and restore life in their environment. And I think it is the financial seed, really, also for entrepreneurs, for artisans, for farmers, for teachers, for innovators who have long carried these big ideas and dreams in small pockets. Now those pockets will no longer be empty, and I think we have to give God thanks for this. The tool to create the change have finally arrived within our borders. But then just in a short while, let me just go over things that few projects that possibly can arise from this divine opportunity that you can do with this fund. Now, you can go into community development centers. You can build centers for youth training, skill acquisitions, empowerment, places where others can learn and grow. That is how transformation actually begins. Then you can also go into agricultural projects. You can start a modern farm, fish pond, poultry project, empower your local farmers with equipment, seedlings, fertilizers. Agriculture remains one of the strongest pillars of economy revival, so you can equally do that. Then you can go into some educational support, establish a scholarship fund for children who have been out of school due to poverty. You can build or renovate classrooms in rural areas. Education is the greatest investment in the future. You understand? So then you can also go into some health and medical outreach, sponsor free medical checkups. You can build community clinics. You can support maternal health programs. A healthy nation actually begins with compassionate hands. So if you go delve into this, definitely you are just right in the project. Then you can also enter into some entrepreneurial ventures. You can open small scale businesses, from production to logistics, from food processing to creative industries. Every successful business actually that you build becomes a source of employment to others also. Then there are also faith-based or humanitarian missions. You can support the gospel. Of course, you can help the poor. You can visit the orphanage homes and the widows. You can extend love to those forgotten by society. And just let this fund be a vessel of God's mercy through your actions. And then you can also, this list is not limited, okay? The list is actually expanded. You can go into some housing and shelter projects. I've delved into all of these right on this platform at different times. You can invest in some affordable housing or renovation of broken homes for those in need. Shelter is one of humanity's greatest needs, and meeting it brings lasting joy to the people. Now, looking back, I think we can boldly say, Ebenezer, thus far the Lord has helped us. We remembered when the road seemed so endless, and when confusion clouded communication, and when doubt almost took over faith. But God raised men and women who stood firm through every delay, every silence, every challenge. God was working behind the scenes. We have watched leaders like Apostle Ken Nwakama, Elder Val, Chief Admin Andy Bright, Pastor Donald Obasio Kore, Zita Nwosu, Madam Ngozi Israel, and the rest of them like that, who dedicated themselves tirelessly to this vision. Their efforts, their patience, their courage has actually kept the light burning when darkness seems to try to prevail. And today, that promise seems to have finally matured. The wait is over. The manifestation is here with us. We cannot forget Madam Ngozi Israel once again, who has reassured us again, reassured everyone that the process is on course. Yesterday night, even hinting at the likelihood of the disbursement timing as from 12 a.m. today, which actually leans to tomorrow, which is Tuesday, and that statement alone has set some hearts ablaze, which confirm that this is indeed the defining day for all and sundry. All the key personalities responsible for information dissemination have also confirmed and reaffirmed that this is the day of fulfillment. Don't go anywhere. I'll be with you shortly, just after this time out. All right, thank you very much and welcome back again. This is Princess. It's still on course. Ultimately, you know that today is a defining moment for us. It's just more than a financial event. I see it as a spiritual landmark, a moment of destiny. Every generation has a defining moment that separates those who believe from those who doubt. And I think today we stand on that line of destiny. It is a moment that demands a lot of gratitude from us, a lot of responsibility and humility. Gratitude because the Lord has finally remembered us, and humility because what we receive is by grace and not actually by merit. We don't merit it. It's grace. Now grace, brother. Now grace, sister. And responsibility because what we do with this blessing is going to determine our legacy. This is not a time to boast or compete with anyone. It is a time to build, to lift others, to create systems that's going to last through time. The real proof of blessing is not what you have, but how many lives have been transformed because of you. So let today mark the beginning of selflessness and unity among all beneficiaries. Let there be peace. Let there be no division. Let there be vision, not confusion. Let us remember that we are one community, one mission, one formidable, indestructible personality, one family under the same grace. And as we step into this new season, our greatest strength would be our mindset. A lot of people will receive the same opportunity, but their results are going to differ based on how they think. And this is why we must renew our minds and also prepare our hearts to handle success with all wisdom. A positive mindset would open more doors for you than the money itself. Money without vision has a way, it fades away. It fades away, but a visionary mind multiplies every seed. And so see yourself as a builder and not a spender. See every naira as a tool to create, not just to consume. Let us speak faith and not fear into our lives. In other words, expect abundance, not lack. Expect progress, not stagnation. Let us become examples of God's faithfulness, showing that the long-awaited time that we have waited on this ecosystem is finally breaking through, and the years of waiting were not in vain to begin with. Like the scripture says in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, that though it tarries, wait for it, because it's going to surely come to pass and it will not delay. Today, I think that prophecy is coming to actual fulfillment in our very eyes. So as joy begins to radiate in the economy and the community, it fills the air. Let us also walk in wisdom and avoid the temptation of careless spending or rushing into unplanned investment. Take time to plan. Make sure that you pray and seek counsel. Remember that this fund is not an escape from discipline. It is a test of it. So don't forget, don't ever forget those who stood with you when there was nothing. Don't forget the vision that brought you here. And above all, don't you ever forget to give God the glory first before anything else. Help others to rise, and heaven is going to multiply your reward in return. Be a light in your community, not a source of confusion. Let us rise together with one voice and accent of thanksgiving to God. Let us celebrate not just because we are receiving funds, but because we are witnessing God's faithfulness after a lot of trials that have gone down, behind the scenes. Let this day bind us in unity, in indestructible oneness. Let love, understanding, and also peace flow among all the groups within all channels, all social media space, the coordinators, the members. Every difference or misunderstanding should now be buried under the joy of divine fulfillment that is just about to strike us. Our community will determine how far we go as a community. When we put unity as a watchword, together we can achieve what no one can do alone. So in conclusion, right now, I think the dawn of a new era is right before us. And as the clock moves and the likelihood timing draws near, from 12 a.m. As hinted by Madam Ngozi Israel, let every heart be ready. Let us position ourselves with joy and gratitude to God. Today marks the dawn of a new era. The pioneer disbursement is here with us. Let not just as money, but as a harvest of faith. The years of sowing, waiting, and believing have finally produced a result for us. And this is the moment that we have prayed for, and it is happening in our lifetime. So lift your hands, lift your voice, and declare with all sense of seriousness that this is my defining moment. The Lord has done it. The wait is over with, and the glory has come. Let us go forth and build our lives, our communities, and our future with the strength, with wisdom, with resources that God has placed in our hands. Indeed, today, the 3rd of November 2025, is our day of remembrance and reward. Thank you very much. This is Princess, and in case you're new, do kindly hit the bell and just plunge in with us. Don't just glide across. We are together as a family, and we grow together, and in a short while we shall be clocking another height. We shall be clocking another phase. So rejoice in advance, because what the Lord has done is not what man can do. And so we give thanks to God and bless his name forever. Thank you very much, and do have a nice day. God bless you.